Hi guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 4 of 12 Days of Christmas Conspiracies. I really hope we actually are on day 4. I'm a little bit confused. I've filmed so many. I think this is day 4. So today's episode of 12 Days of Christmas Conspiracy is going to be about the theory that Kevin McCallister from the film Home Alone grows up to become Jigsaw from the film franchise Saw. So this theory is by Jason Conception. I will link below the article that I read about it. It's really interesting. So when I found it, I knew I wanted to include it in this series because it's just so interesting and I love both the films, so I find it really cool. So basically, if you have never seen Home Alone before, which I'm sure pretty much everybody has, it's a classic Christmas film. I'm sure everyone's watching it loads this month. So basically, Home Alone, the first one anyway, is about 8-year-old Kevin McCallister who lives in a huge family, and basically one night he acts out and his mother makes him sleep in the attic the night before they are going on their trip to Paris. After the McCallisters mistakenly leave Kevin whilst they leave for the airport to go on their trip to Paris, Kevin wakes up to find that he has got the whole house to himself. But his excitement is short-lived when he realises that 2 con men have broken into his house, wanting to rob the McCallisters, and he alone must protect his house. So that is basically the concept of Home Alone. However, Saw is very different to Home Alone, but very similar in some ways. So basically, the Saw franchise revolves around John Kramer, who is otherwise known as Jigsaw. Chooses his victims because he believes that they take advantage of their life and they don't have any appreciation for life. So he doesn't actually kill them straight away. He places them in traps that he calls tests or games, which test their will to live through physical and psychological torture, and believes if they survive then they will be rehabilitated. So straight off the bat, the 2 films don't really connect at all really. When you first watch the 2 films you might think, how on earth are they going to connect? But it's actually quite interesting how Jason Conception has connected them. So basically, Kevin becomes fascinated with his next door neighbour, old man Marley, after learning that Marley is possibly the serial killer known as the South Bend Shovel Slayer. Kevin becomes especially interested in the fact that Marley imprisoned and mummified his victims. So this kind of shows an interest in very strange and unusual killings. It's not just a normal killing. So we see that Kevin kind of has an interest in these weird killings. So throughout Home Alone and actually Home Alone 2, Kevin actually displays a lot of anger control issues, along with a tendency for violent fantasies and a fetish for recorded video, which we can see when he sneaks into the bathroom whilst his uncle is showering and records what he's saying, which he later uses when the robbers break into his house. He uses that clip to scare them, which of course is what Jigsaw does a lot. He once his victims that he traps wakes up, he plays the video of Jigsaw talking. So there's a kind of link there. So Kevin actually experienced a lot of realistic visual and auditory hallucinations, especially in the form of his furnace in the basement. There's one clip in the film where he sees the furnace in the basement and he makes it out to be this vicious monster, which kind of links to Saw 2. Basically, in one of the traps, Jigsaw places the antidote in the furnace, which of course lures the victim inside, but once the victim goes inside to get the antidote, they are actually trapped in there and then burned alive. So you can see that the furnace is quite a big thing in the Home Alone film as well as in Saw 2. It's also very similar to one of the traps on Amanda's face. I can't remember what Saw film this is, but she's got this metal guard on her jaw, which kind of looks quite similar to the furnace, and obviously the trap is so scary looking, and the furnace to Kevin in Home Alone is very scary looking as well. So both Kevin and Jigsaw take delight in rigging like these like crazy ingenious traps for their victims. Like the traps that Kevin comes up with in Home Alone to like harm the robbers is like mind-blowing to me. Like I remember watching that film when I was like really young and thinking, how on earth does someone come up with these traps? Like obviously it's a movie, but it's interesting. Like it will be, I don't know, he turns a doorknob and it will like connect to all these different things which will then cause him to get hit around the head. I don't know, it's just crazy how like intricate these traps are. The same with in Saw. The traps that are set up are so intricate and like just they're like crazy, honestly. Like if you've ever seen any of the Saw films or a clip of one of the traps, they are like crazy, the things that they have to do. So yeah, both characters kind of take delight in rigging these traps and causing harm to their victims as well. And in Home Alone, most of the traps that Kevin sets up are triggered by the victim, i.e. the robbers in this case, which is the same in Saw. All the traps are triggered by Jigsaw's victims, so that's kind of an interesting link there. So in 2012, Dr. Ryan St. Clair of the Weill Cornell Medical College was asked to assess the injuries incurred by Harry and Marv at the hands of Kevin, and he concluded that Kevin has moved from defending his house into sheer maliciousness. I can't say that word, oh my god. Which I definitely agree with. Like I think when you're younger you don't really see the actual like how harmful these traps can be. You just, I don't know, because it's obviously like a funny film and it's just haha, it's funny getting hit over the head by a bowling ball, like haha, that's funny. But definitely watching it in the like my recent years, as I'm like older now, I've like, I don't know, you realise how dangerous these traps actually are, and like I don't know how they don't kill Harry and Marv. Like honestly, the traps are very dangerous and would in real life would kill someone, which obviously links to Saw. Like the traps there are designed to injure people very seriously and kill them as well if they can't get through them and escape. So yeah, it's a strange link there, I think. But yeah, that's kind of like all the main points that were covered on the article that I read. There are some like more smaller ones. Like there's one clip in Home Alone where Kevin's, I think, maybe in the basement. I'll put the picture up, but I think he's like in the basement maybe, and there's like a clown costume lying next to him, which kind of links to Jigsaw in some way, but I didn't want to like cover that one properly because I think it's just like a, I don't know. But yeah, I will again leave the article link down below if you want to read it properly. But yeah, that's it for this theory. I find it so interesting. Like I said in the beginning, I am a big fan of the Saw films. I weirdly enjoy them because I hate scary films, but I like these because they're just like, I don't know, it's not just someone killing people. Like it's very like, I don't know, the twists and turns in the Saw franchise is just interesting to me. So when I saw this theory linking it to Home Alone, I thought that was like absolutely insane, but some of it does kind of make sense, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know, what do you guys think about this theory? Do you think there's a possibility? Obviously it's just a theory, but do you think, like, can you see the possibility there? I don't know. I was reading online about it and some people think it's absolutely insane and so far-fetched, but others kind of see where there can be a link. So yeah, let me know what you think about this one in the comments below. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to give this one a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, especially so you don't miss the rest of the 12 Days of Christmas Conspiracies. I hope you're all having a lovely day and I will see you tomorrow for my next video. Bye guys!